Today, we're diving into something that's absolutely critical to the psychedelic experience, but maybe doesn't get talked about enough. We're talking about integration, what happens after the journey. So let's get into it.
So let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're about to go on this incredible deep-sea dive, exploring a whole new world in your own consciousness. It's exciting, right? But what if you had no idea how to get back to the surface? The real skill isn't just going deep, it's knowing how to come back up and what to do with the treasures you find down there.
And that, right there, is the heart of integration. It's the how. It's the process of taking those wild, profound, sometimes really challenging insights and actually weaving them into your day-to-day life to create real, lasting change.
Okay, so what is integration, really? It's a word that gets thrown around a lot in this world, but what does it actually mean? What does it look like? Well, look at the keywords in this definition. Revisits, actively engages, making sense, translating. This isn't a passive thing that just happens to you. It's a conscious, intentional practice. It's you doing the work to unpack what you experienced.
And I love this quote from MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies. They're at the forefront of this research, and they absolutely nail it here. Integration is that bridge. Without it, those amazing aha moments can just float away. The bridge is what lets you carry them from that other world back into this one.
And this is why it is just so crucial. Without that active effort, those beautiful insights can fade like a dream you can't quite remember. And even more seriously, if you have a tough experience and don't process it, you can actually end up reinforcing old anxieties or negative patterns. So integration isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a core part of safety and harm reduction. But here's the thing that might surprise you. Great integration doesn't actually start after the journey is over. It starts way, way before you even begin, with really thoughtful preparation.
You've probably heard of these before. Drug, set, setting, and intention. They're the absolute bedrock of a responsible experience. Understanding the substance itself. Set is your mindset, where your head's at going in. Setting is your physical environment. And intention is your why. Getting these right lays the foundation for a journey that's not only safer, but way more meaningful.
And this quote, wow, it really hits home, doesn't it? This speaks to maybe the most critical part of your preparation, who you trust to support you. We're talking about your mind here, the most intimate part of who you are. The stakes are incredibly high.
So you have to do your homework. Do not be shy about asking the tough questions. Ask about their training, their experience, their safety plans. And here's a big one. Ask them if they provide integration support afterward. Any guide worth their salt will welcome these questions. If they get defensive or vague, that's a huge red flag. Okay, so you've done your prep, you've had the experience, now the real work begins. So how do you, do it? How do you structure this whole integration thing? Well, thankfully, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are some great models out there, like this one, the synthesized model of integration. Think of it like a map that breaks down the huge landscape of your life into 6 key areas you can focus on one by one. It all starts, naturally, with the mind. This is the cognitive piece. Journaling, talking, thinking through the emotions and the insights that came up, just making sense of it all. And that connects directly to the body. How did this feel physically? This is about grounding those big abstract ideas in your physical self. Maybe that's through yoga, breathwork, or even just focusing on healthier habits like sleep and nutrition.
From there, we move into spirit. Now, this doesn't have to be religious. It's about exploring those huge questions about meaning, purpose, and your connection to the universe that so often come up in these experiences.
Next, we turn our focus outward, to relationships. How can these new insights change the way you connect with your family, your friends, your community? How can you show up more authentically?
And that leads right into lifestyle. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's all about turning those big ideas into small, daily actions. New routines, healthier boundaries, making real, sustainable changes. And finally, there's nature. So many people report a profound sense of connection to the natural world. This domain encourages you to lean into that, to deepen that relationship, and to reflect on your place in the ecosystem.
Now, having a map like this is great for any experience, but it becomes absolutely essential when things get, difficult. So let's talk about those challenging journeys, because they happen, and integration is the key to navigating them.
First off, we need to change our language. This whole good trip versus bad trip idea, it's not really helpful.
it's much more useful to think in terms of pleasurable versus challenging. Because, honestly, some of the most challenging, frightening experiences, if you can face them with support, often hold the biggest gifts for growth.
And this quote from the harm reduction folks at the Zendo Project says it all. Difficult does not mean bad. The goal isn't to avoid difficulty at all costs, it's to learn how to meet it, to work through it, and to find the meaning hidden inside of it.
And please, please remember, you are not alone in this. There are amazing resources out there. The Fireside Project has a free support line you can call or text. The Zendo Project provides help at events. Psychedelic Support can connect you with trained therapists. Help is there if you need it.
So when you zoom out, you see that integration isn't some task you complete and then check off a list. It's not a destination you finally arrive at. It's a practice. It's an ongoing, lifelong process of learning and growing.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. If you think about integration as that bridge, a bridge from a single, powerful experience into the rest of your life, what would you want to carry across it? What lessons, what feelings, what new ways of being are so precious that you'd build a bridge just to bring them home? That right there is the heart of the journey after the journey.